little shaker containers from Norway. We become an icon of doing it right the first time. Kids' toys should not be these broken, crappy things. They're harder to use, and the kids give up. The best tools, if you give a kid Snap-on tools from day one, he would always understand a socket fits the nut, and this is the experience, instead of this fake plastic one that you bang against the side of it because it works just as good. And dollar store tools shouldn't exist. We know that. Mechanics know that. The dollar store should not exist. The ship from China, laden with the stuff that breaks the first time you use it, should not exist. That's called garbage. China, recycle it. USA, Canada, stop ordering it. Stop buying it. Okay? Dollar stores, no offense, but you know who owns them. We do. To say royal bloodlines, oil pipelines, is that offensive? Doesn't occur to you to make money off of poor people. $1 at a time. You say, that's good business. They don't get it anyway. Well, Tora, my son's half Japanese. I've been offered many deals to fly back. Jehovah's flat. They don't dance. Tora, you could not hide enough in that book. One church, lowest common denominator. I fly solo, ne0. ne0. With a 0 and a 1. It's a digital revolution. When you choose yourself, you can just start flipping switches and program yourself. Reprogram people. If our mothers and children are not number one, you get this world that we're in. Elevate mothers and children to number one. Well, finally, you realize the world that we're living in. From the moment of conception, if a mother is not supported, if we had a so-called government, the right thing would happen, and there would be no filling out of forms. It would be, how can we help you? We'll enter the data in the computer. You just sit there and talk. I understand you're about to experience a miracle, and it's not in 9 months. It's the next 9 months when that baby sucks all the life out of you. You better have good nutrition to back it up. And if you don't have life, if you haven't yet discovered vegan, this is the way to go, even for moms. Even if they need that extra body fat, that just means a lot more avocados. And bananas. You can have it all the way through. 9 months. Level 3, experiment. What does cornstarch do? How does MSG taste? Does palm kernel oil taste better than olive oil? And why do we add milk solids? So answer these questions by actually experimenting. And after you have a little too much MSG and you experience a headache, ask yourself this. If 99 fruits and vegetables were tasted good and didn't give you a headache, and one tasted about the same but did give you a headache, would you ever use that one? You wouldn't. So why do we add MSG? Well, it's to make up for the fact that there's no ripe vegetables and good spice in there. This is food made from chemicals. It's a chemical assault on your tongue. It's insanity, really. And this is the whole concept of a glitch out. Spelled with a 1 and a 0. Your chance to finally get out. If you realize that we're wiping our butts with toilet paper, conveniently shipping it all down a common pipeline into where? The ocean? Then maybe all we ever had to do was drill a hole into the dirt. How long does a 6-inch round, 10-inch round, whatever, 10-foot hole, don't hit tree roots, stop there, otherwise it's counterproductive, hole last a human? Could a family of 3 live off one hole? Because you could carve 10 holes in the backyard. What is a septic tank? This concept of underground plumbing is flawed. I've never heard anyone else talk about it. We need to actually test these things. Prize to the first person who gets back to me. And lie, is there something there? I mean, it is human waste after all. Get back to me. Level 4, the anise star. Picante. So any star, you can't blend that one. You have to add that after and heat it up. Or do you? And what happens to the soup? What if you heat up the soup just to eating temperature, but not hotter and letting it cool? If you use a heating pad on the pot and you eat out of a pot, it stays hot. Is that a good concept? Should we have little mini pots and we heat up each one? That would be the extreme maximum efficiency. The pots have to look cute. Could a child and you figure this out together in 10 minutes? Could you invent BlenderBike yourself? Name it yourself. I'll give you a plan to work by. Who's the first ones to create it? I'm going to do my own franchise too. But I gift this gift to you because this is how it came through. I really wanted soup, and only a blender would do. I had some rotten veggies. You know, you just eat them in the dark. Yeah. Yum, 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 yum. Overripe banana, it's hard. Well, with some mango, that's a bit, whatever. Yeah, and how much water do you add? You don't need sugar. For 16 minutes, I should cut it short. Which spices don't mix? How much is too much spice? Why silica? Let's try adding some silica directly to our recipe. What's chicken stock or bouillon? What's gelatin? Sweet, sour, salty? Learn the basics, that's level 4. The lessons are free. The education is free. You get it whether you like it or not. You're coming into an art boutique, in my envisionment. For the adults, it's $50 a head. You learn in 10 minutes and make your soup. You learned how to make soup. You worked with building blocks. It was absolutely effortless. It was as easy as going to a smorgasbord and throwing it on your plate, even better, and you pedal your way to victory. It's a win because it's vegan soup. It's pure. But not only that, again, it's #1 rated. It tastes good. Tastes the best. We're demystifying the chef. There's no mysticism here. I'm into quantum science. I use this, okay, this and this connected, the two appliances together. That's why I sound a little different sometimes. So it's empathy that drives me. I lost my children. And, then the system gets them and says, oh, they're autistic. They can't read. They can't write. They're listening. I'm freaking talking to myself. This is how I invent this stuff. If someone comes along and I'm hallucinating, an hour later, yes, I know they were here. Someone could say, you're crazy. You made it up. They weren't here. Later, yeah, I actually was here. I left you those shoes. I knew you were the one that left me those shoes. Thanks. Look, someone left me a beautiful pair of leather shoes. I can't believe this. Now, it's interesting, too, because the name of them is my dad's name. And the size is my size. So exactly, 42. So, people leave, like, really nice gifts sometimes. But in Colombia, giving people clothes like pants and shoes, and if they're too light or too loose, it's all sexual reference. So I mock with a more intelligent sexual reference. That's my layer of camouflage. But when you get to my poetry, it's 3 levels deep. It's spiritual awakening. It's the physical reality of the execution of this, of self-governance, and making your own soup kitchen. This is the last time you'll see this different art. This is the these are falling apart, and we're in quarantine here in Medellin, Colombia. And in quarantine, there's nothing on the street. Nobody on the street. You can't go anywhere. So I'm hiding out. The police told me hide. Go hide. The neighbors know I'm here, and they give me some food sometimes, and I make it. The phone would be the biggest thing. I'd love to have a 10-inch tablet and a big battery. So if anyone wants to build a BlenderBike concept business or franchise or do a partnership with me or something, I'm up for that. I've had successful businesses, people who know me, self-made millionaire, at least on paper. Many of us saw the spreadsheets, said, yep, it's there, until the cops bust bust it, but I've been in 3 different major industries: innovator, disruptor, millions. By the age of 27, I'm now 50. I know a few things. BlenderBike, pollen8.life, Pollen 8.life. ne0, ne0 the poet. Tiger, Akehero, Shishido-Darvin, Hinata, Tora, Sunshine Tiger, Hayashi-Darvin. I love you, and you're with me every second of every day. So, I love you so much, my boys.